The IPAB is an elected panel which will determine who gets treated and what age. Sebelius is serving as a director. As a director, has been quoted as stating that the majority of the IPAD membership cannot consist of medical practitioners. In other words, unqualified, non-medical professionals will be making healthcare decisions which could determine your faith and the faith of your loved ones. Woohoo! It's gonna be sweet in America, man. Finally, Most High is stretching his little pinky. You know what I'm saying? He finna stretch his arm though. But you know what I'm saying? He's just stretching out his pinky. As a time when many Americans have been angered by the abuses at the International Revenue Service, the National Security Agency, and Justice Department, the introduction of a powerful and largely unaccountable board into healthcare merits specialty scrutiny. Oh, scrutiny, yeah. It is important to note that the IPAB is accountable to nobody. Is accountable to nobody. What? So it's basically the boss. I mean, you ain't gotta tell me. You can't tell them nothing. I mean, they're accountable to nobody, meaning they're the boss, and you can't tell them nothing. Anyway, smells like Sebelius is attempting to pull a fast one over the American people, which is something good. And this is the only tip of the iceberg. This is only the tip of the iceberg. Another reprehensible element in the plethora is of accountability, unaccountable dictatorial organizations which will ration our healthcare is the United States Preventive Services Task Force, USPSTF. This is an unelected independent group of national experts in prevention and evidence-based medicine. The term treatment denied because it has been declared to be experimental, which soon become a much more popular refrain from healthcare providers. On the national healthcare, the USPSTF STF will determine whether your doctor will be able to diagnose you with a disease, mosquitoes, with a disease, and what treatments are allowable and will be made available to you as well as what age patients are still eligible for treatment. So basically they're gonna actually decide if you're gonna die or not. Remember, the topic of this thing is where is it? Yeah, 5 months away from the biggest depopulation event in U.S. history. So and them concentration camps is just been they have been swept clean and ready to be made use of. Rationing enrollment in Obamacare for pre-existing conditions. Didn't Obama campaign on not permitting treatment to be denied based upon pre-existing conditions? You bet he did. And like so many other things coming out of his mouth, he was lying. A pre-existing condition health insurance program established by Obamacare is already in financial trouble and is seeking to control costs even before the program is unveiled. The Health and Human Services Department, there is Sebelius rearing her ugly head again, that stopped enrolling any new people in the program, according to an audit by the General Accountability Office. In addition, to further control spending, Sebelius has directed the program to shift more of the cost onto the current participants. We are now witnessing just how free is Obamacare as the We are now witnessing just how free Obamacare is as the pre-existing condition groups, not conditions group. I can't be doing spelling correction in this. It's not even my language, my main language. Anyway, pre-existing conditions group is having its out-of-pocket costs increased even before the program commences. Rationing of health care is also occurring in 16 states which have a set limit on the number of prescription drugs that they will cover for Medicaid patients. 7 of those states, according to Kaiser Health News, have already enacted these limits in just the last 2 years in anticipation of the roll out of the Obamacare. And this is what you're gonna get. And death by lethal injection. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look here, Vatican's ripping on little boys' butt cheeks. Anyway, death panels. Let me see if this thing is long. No, it stops here. It's not that long. Maybe like 2-3 minutes or something. If I read quick, I can do it in 2. It turns out that Palin was correct. There really are death panels who will possess the power of life and death. Those with chronic illnesses and the elderly will be the first set of victims. The IPAB has accurately been identified as a death panel because so many have called for it to have health care rationing. I think it's rationing. Rationing powers, and because its decisions could result in cost-cutting measures that deny life-saving medical treatments. The IPAB will decide, for example, whether a 55-year-old cancer patient will get chemotherapy treatment, or will they be given a pain pill and sent home to die. Under Obamacare, younger patients take precedent over older people. Obama Caesar Cass Sunstein has said as much. Sunstein is also in favor of the various eugenic policies through such unspeakable policies as embracing as policy post-birth abortion, example, murder, or defective children up to the age of 3. Whoa, 3 years old get aborted? Oh man, that's some dope ass. That's some crazy news, yo. Even the Nazis were not as inhumane as Sunstein. Who's Sunstein? This is probably a guy that's working for Obama. The Nazis were publicly forthcoming for their perceived perceived need to ration healthcare when it came to what they called useless mouth, and the elites call the population, their own Edomite population, they call useless eaters. So it's the same people, only another word. Kissinger used the term useless eaters. Oh, I didn't even see that. Okay, useless she. Yeah, I was right. To describe those that should be done away with under this draconian form of Fabian socialism. Draconian is ruthless practically. Very tough. Under Hitler, 300 people were exterminated in Germany's hospital through lethal injection. Under Obama's plan, this number will seem minuscule by comparison. In recent remarks to accuracy in media conference, Obama Nation, A Day of Truth, Betsy McHugh stated that the regulations and cuts in Obamacare law would directly cause the death of 35,000 hospital patients who otherwise might have survived. Many think that this number might climb tenfold per year, and we are just beginning to learn about the specific age relation exemption for treatment. You see, there is the version of the law that Obama manages to get through both houses, which uses very nebulous languages, meaning nebulous. I think it was very hard to understand. It's very deep, but if you go look up words, which is supposed to do, you're going to see that he won't kill you. Then there is the administration of the same law and manifest of these policies. I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't think I'm going to make it. And please remember that many doctors are leaving the professions because of this thinly veiled flavor of Obama-based eugenics. By 2020, the U.S. is projected to have a shortage of 80,000 doctors. By 2025, the number is expected to grow to a national shortage of 130,000 doctors. And with specialists and general practitioners being paid the same under Obamacare, why would any doctor spend the extra money to become trained in various healthcare specialties if they will not make any more money? So even though Obamacare was not about the creating threatment, was not about creating threatment exclusion. Finding a doctor and managing the wait time could prove to be an insurmountable challenge. This is only the tip of the iceberg, and yet the sheep continue to march on to their final resting place. Good news update. The lower court ruling reversed the decision of the HHS director, Kathleen Sebelius' decision to not allow the 10-year-old her lung transplant. Unfortunately, this does not mitigate the decision originally made by Sebelius. Most people who would be enthusiastic by Obamacare would never have a judge in their corner to rule on their behalf. If anyone thinks that this will be Sebelius, this will cause Sebelius to reverse the depopulation element listed in this article, then one would have to believe in the Tooth Fairy. Sebelius, on behalf of the Obama administration, may have lost the battle with the 10-year-old Sarah, but they are clearly winning the war to depopulate America through the genocidal Obamacare. And that thing is all based on the thing what he's doing right now in the world is how you get that goddamn thing off? Is those chemtrails, and those chemtrails make us weak and break our immune systems down, so they can introduce illnesses. So with that, All praises go to the Most High, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, double honor to the also great myself with teacher. Shalom.